I'm Nicole King, and this is Marbella Now.
Hey, hey, it's a brand new day. Hey, 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 it's a brand new day. Halfway twisted.
I always say you never know who you're going to meet in Marbella. Well, that is certainly true. During the summer, I bumped into my first guest. His name is Philip Boven, and he is a very nice young man who does so many different things that I thought it would be the perfect way to start off this new season. I hope you've all had an amazing summer and are ready to get stuck back into it, because things are really picking up very quickly here on the Costa del Sol, in spite of the heat, because it's still really, really hot. Philip, welcome to Marbella Now.
Thank you, Nicole. Nice being here again.
Well, to see me again.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we've been meeting up
Yeah.
a couple of times. We first met at the Costa Press Club dinner during the summer, and that was nice because it had been a long time since we'd all been together,
Yeah.
and with the restrictions, all on a lovely
For me, the
outside
first
terrace.
time.
That was your first meeting?
Yeah.
How did you find out about the press club?
Ali told me.
Oh, our wonderful Ali Meehan of Costa Women, our leader. Hail our leader.
Yeah, I mean, like Ali was great. The first meeting I had with her, she just like told me different places I should go, and like she is a visionary. So I'm like, it's easy to talk with her, because I was sharing some thoughts, like some projects, and then she was just connecting the dots. And I'm like, it's great to talk with people like that.
Well, Ali has so much business experience. Ali Meehan is the founder and president of Costa Women, which all us women belong to, because there's no reason not to and every reason to be part of it. I admire her greatly, but she's got great business experience. And in fact, I've been doing one of her online courses for getting organized, because I've got so many projects going on myself that Ali undeniably is the right person, not just through Costa Women, but then individually to help get projects moving, make those targets, meet deadlines, have aspirations and time for oneself, which is fundamental. So let's go back to you after we've just praised Ali, because how can we not? Exactly. So Ali, you're here although you're not here. You yourself, I was quite surprised to find out that you're actually Russian.
Yeah, originally, right.
So tell us a bit about the young
growing
you,
in Soviet Union.
Philip. Yeah, tell us a little about baby Philip.
Yeah, I'm like, I was fortunate to had possibility to see it from the other side of Soviet Union, because my family was well established in the city I grown up, and I'm like, for me it was a very good thing to move out of Soviet Union, because things were starting to get like too much on my building too much of my ego. And then when I got out of Soviet Union, I understood that feeling fortunate is not about like having all you want to have. So
privilege doesn't make you a better person.
Exactly. So it was a great thing for me.
What year did that happen?
When I moved to Finland, and it was like a very interesting experience.
What year?
90 something.
Yeah, just to get an idea of the Russia we're talking
90s,
about, and the life
beginning
you
of
were
90s,
living.
Beginning of 90s.
So you were a spoiled little boy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And then Finland. Why Finland?
My father had business opportunities with Finland. He was working in building industry. So there were a lot of traffic from Finland to Russia, like good materials, like borders opening. So, and he had like previous experience through the docks in like western part of Finland. So he had some connections, and he liked the social structure of Finland. He liked the idea of being like more as a like society which is welcoming other people, and the free education, of course, and a good quality education. So he believed
very different style of education.
Yeah.
I would have to think, coming from a very academic Russia
Yeah.
to the style that Finland has adopted recently,
Yeah.
which for me is chapeau. Your thoughts, because that is your profession. We'll come to that in just a moment. So you arrive in Finland.
Yeah, and the first things I was like before I came to Finland. I was like in a summer cottage of my grandparents, and like my father told me basically that we're moving to Finland, and like you can like learn this few words like from 1 to 10 and like ball. So that was my arsenal. And because I was like used to be very courageous, because I was like living like good times in Russia and entered in Finland like very bravely. I was like just introducing myself through
Very
this.
confident.
Yeah, very confident, just through these few words. And like the best luck I had this first person I met, and he was like native Russian, like bilingual. So that was a like good start for me. And but after that, I was very happy that I didn't integrate into Russian community, because I would have lost a lot of experience. And like I moved to Oulu, which is not a big city at the time. Like a lot of racism is in Finland as well, because I'm like it's a country which is near to borders, so there's a lot of affection from Russia, from Europe. So it's like right in the middle of all the things around. Then of course wars were affecting all the families, so you can see all this trauma hidden there. And they weren't really used to people outside, so it was like a village kind of
A big
experience.
cultural shock for you, I
Yeah,
imagine.
yeah. I mean, like Russia wasn't the pleasure either, but I'm like it was a different experience. So just getting out of a place where you feel fully accepted as you are, and getting to another place not understanding what is happening, why they don't accept you.
Why
so-
don't they like me?
Yeah, I was
I'm
like
nice.
shocked.
Everyone likes me.
Yeah, I was shocked. So it was a
Oh,
great-
bless you. I feel so sorry for you.
Yeah, so I'm like, since that time I have been like enjoying learning life experiences and like through it all. And in half a year I learned to speak Finnish like fluently, the way that they didn't recognize me as a Russian, because it was a bit difficult to be recognized as a Russian.
You felt safer.
Yeah, it was a
A
good
good
shade.
incentive to learn.
Yeah. So I was like an agent in the new country. I'm like, for the beginning, I'm like the bullying and this like not understanding me. It was like very heavy for me, like sometimes, and especially because my parents couldn't really help me. I'm like, of course, parents want to help their kids, but they have relative talents in their field, so they weren't like the same kind of coaches as they have here. Like nowadays, I'm like parents nowadays are more involved in their kids' life, of course. At the same time, I'm like they were in a new culture, in a different setting.
It was
So
tough for all of you.
yeah, exactly. So nobody to blame. So anyway, here we are.
You dedicate to education. You do other things as well, which we'll talk about after the break. However, education, children are my passion. I deal with adults, but I love children. I believe a child will only lie if they're scared, and a child should never be scared. They should never have to lie. And so if that's going on, there's obviously things that need to be adapted. My son said when he was 8 about a special teacher, an extra help teacher. He said, "Mummy, this teacher can't help me." And I said, "Why?"
Well
He
done.
said, "Well, he might be
Wow.
older than me, and he might have more information than me, but he thinks he's smarter than me, and Mummy is not." And he was right. And I think people forget that children may have less information, they may be younger, but they're not fools. They are not to be taken for granted, bullied, used, sold,
Exactly.
anything. And I saw from when we started talking immediately, you have
Yeah.
a passion for
I have a
kids,
big
for
flame
youth,
for-
education. You have
Yeah,
a world
yeah.
vision.
I mean, like, what can I say? I'm the children, which when I see their enthusiasm, their openness, they're sensitive, they're feeling all of it, and then I see adults who are telling that they know best. So I'm like, who can believe that? And that's the sense when, like, seeing people coming through the stage of being like 20, 25, 30, 40, forgetting who they are, like losing their light in their eyes. And like when you see those people, you just feel very sad for them, because I'm like, what could be more important than feeling your soul and being connecting to each other?
And the system of education in Finland now, as I understand it, is very much first, let's cultivate the soul, the person, the purpose, the inquisitiveness, the the desire to learn, as opposed to burning every bit of interest and self-development. The systems are very much the wrong way round. Finland seems to have been a great success with their experiment.
Yeah, they're developing new educational models, new theories, and I'm like, of course, it's not like passing by like easily. Of course, there are some teachers who are not accepting it, they don't like it, and like many times it just doesn't work because it's not perfect. But I'm like, the idea itself, just to be serving those kids, to be able to be happy, it's a basic idea which should be implemented everywhere. So I'm like, responsibility of the teacher to be helpful and cheering and promoting the children to be happy in their life. I'm like, that's the basic things.
And we've made a business out of this, because tutors, as I understand it, is that. It's an online tutoring service by people, by professors, by individuals that actually relish in learning and want to encourage children to feel the same way.
Yeah, I mean, like, tutors is all about digital education, being able to promote new possibilities for us to learn from different perspectives, because we're all different. So there's no like only way to learn. But of course, nowadays our behavior is connected to our devices. So like, just lacking experience of producing good material which would be interesting for the children, it's not a like reason to drop it down and say that, yeah, it's like bad because they're playing games. I'm like, I don't believe that playing games is a like rational decision for us to teach our children. But I'm like, they're also like thinking of out of the box. I'm like, just another day I had a discussion with my friend. I told you about him, this IT guru. He's like a visionary as well, as you and many of others who I love to talk with.
We seem to find each other, don't we?
Yeah. So I'm like, he talked to me about that he has been researching, because I'm like, youth, they like to play video games, and already it has developed, the game industry has developed on a certain level that there's not only like professional, the best players of all, there's already like secondary leagues and everything. So they could be influencers, they can make real money out of it. I'm like, who are we to decide is it good or bad? And I'm like, I had this idea when I was like neglecting that it could be just a rational decision to be a computer player.
Exactly, because the futures really aren't set in stone, and I think the format we've been following isn't necessarily the right one. We're going to have to leave it there for the moment, but don't go away. We're going to a quick break, some messages from our sponsors, including the wonderful Linea Director Road Traffic Safety Foundation sponsoring our Zero Hero incentive, which is giving free soft drinks to the designated drivers. And of course, the insurance company that, if you have a policy with them, will give us free taxi up to 4 times a month, including a tow truck to take our car or motorbike if we've been drinking, because we'd rather not have to be drinking and driving, because then that's not safe. Anyway, don't go away. We'll be back with Philip in just a moment.
Judy likes to consider herself a clever young woman, which is why she thought very carefully before choosing her insurance company. Now that she needs it, she's jolly glad she chose Linea Director, as it looks as if she might have something better to do. Why don't you be clever, like Judy? Call Linea Director on 952 14 78 34 and see which policy is best for you.
When I'm the designated driver, I think it's only fair that I get to choose a Zero Hero venue that rewards me with free soft drinks. My friends all get to choose and booze, and they feel safe going home with me. Make sure that you get your reward for being the designated driver. Why pay if you don't have to?
Hi guys, Ross here from Hoganstown. Proud to be a member of the Zero Hero campaign, and we recommend everybody. Nobody drives drinking. Everybody who drives a car doesn't have any alcohol in their system, and we're proud to sponsor the Zero Hero program.
We are
G-Wine is happy to be Zero Hero partner.
How cool is that? G-Wine.
Thank you.
That's
But
okay.
are proud to present Zero to Hero. Never drink and drive.
Hey, hey.
Welcome back. Still with me here on the set is Philip Bovin. He is from Russia, but he's lived in Finland. He's now here on the Costa del Sol, and he is very much into education and offering new opportunities for our youth. His company is Tutors, and I know that we're going to be seeing a lot more of Philip regarding that aspect, because he's also collaborating with the World Vision Organization and the new center here, precisely with your World Vision for education, because you do have it very clear how it should be, how we need to be encouraging the kids of our tomorrow.
Yeah, and besides that, when I have some lack of understanding, I will always figure it out with people like you and others who are able to help me.
And that's really nice. I'm a big believer of that. Everyone who knows me knows I go around asking questions to everybody. There's no shame in not knowing.
Exactly.
For me, it's the other way around. And I've seen posts lately regarding vaccines and COVID. And I'd have to say, I don't mind ignorance, but the arrogance of some ignorance in the sense of the way people are. So everyone breathe, take it slow. Everyone's entitled to their own opinions, even if it's not our opinion, as tough as that may be. Talking about COVID, you have come up with, completely different from education, a fabulous new product that you've licensed for Spain. Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's called Soft Touch. And as I understand it, it's just a very easy, simple treatment to protect our surfaces for a long time against bacteria and germs and all the things that we're all lately so very, very concerned about. So tell us a bit about this. It's a completely different project for you.
Yeah, I'm always trying to actively listen for new project opportunities. I always openly talk with people, of course, and I heard that there were some products in Finland which were introduced on the market straight after the pandemic hit us. So there were solutions to basically kill the virus in a few seconds to protect our superficies.
Surfaces.
Surfaces, yeah, exactly. That's the
He's clever boy, all these languages, Russian, English, Spanish, Finnish. I mean, like, don't you worry. It's like, you put the rest of us to shame.
So basically, I was wondering, when I heard about it, I was wondering why we are not using it, because like killing it with alcohol, like once, it's fine, but I'm like killing it all the other times around. I'm like, no, I'm not an expert. What have I learned? That usually develops like attack mechanisms, so they become even more dangerous, like virus, bacteria. Anyway, so when I heard that there's a way to protect our surfaces, of course I was already like thinking about mobiles, all the technology, which
Wow,
you don't really...
Wow, that's a good one. I was thinking hospitals, schools, but mobiles, in the sense, every time I put that stuff on my hand, I always do kind of like my handbag handles and the phone, trying to give it...
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, because I'm like, I understand those hand sanitizers and everything, but they really do it just once, and then you're not protected anymore.
So even for the phones, we could give
exactly,
it because it lasts a long time, doesn't it?
Yeah,
this is the philosophy about your treatment.
Through the researches in Jyväskylä, which is a study, like university in Finland, in the middle of Finland, they have done research that it kills bacteria, viruses, and protects it for thousands of touches and like many months. But I'm like, they don't want to tell you that is so large, just to be sure.
Yeah,
that
they always have to undercut it.
Exactly, of course, because we want it to really work. Because
yeah, it's like a sell-by date, by the way. The day that says sell-by, it doesn't go off within the minute of it turning midnight. It's just they're keeping themselves with that little bit of margin.
Yeah, just to remind you that you have to take care of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the surface, as I understand it, you put the base on,
yeah,
and then you can like top it up with a care product. Because I found that I love the words. Well, safe touch, base care.
Yeah,
it's all very soft and protective.
Yeah, that's why I need you. I mean, like I need you to help me to figure out the words we need to use. But anyway, the idea is the base, because it has the alcohol, so it kills all the things on the surface, and then it installs the active protection layer. So after that, I'm like, of course, there's dirt and things like, for example, like any drinks or something which will be dropped and you have to clean it. So then we have the second protection service which activates
Now I get it.
Yeah,
Now
so
I get
basically
it.
you just
I couldn't
take
really
care.
word that.
You just take
Exactly.
care.
So you put the base on that's good for 1,000 touches, but if
Yeah.
you've been cooking, cleaning, doing whatever, you just want to
Exactly,
clean it up and you do
exactly.
it with the care so it doesn't take off the base.
Yeah. And basically because
I got it.
yeah, because the
got it.
product is was fully ecological at the beginning, but we need to invest more money to get it through for European registry. So registry, because there's this very hard processes. I mean, like they take a lot of money and time. So basically, for us, it was for the manufacturer, it was easier to now to add some component which we don't really need, just for it to be on the market. So it's, I mean, like that's life, but we need to live it. But I mean, like when that product came up, it was like 5 years of research of the forests in Finland. So it's like completely ecological, the product. So we were like, with my partner, who is like a brilliant guy, with who we started this distribution company. So I just wanted to, you know, we just wanted to work together. So we just started to find
But
opportunities.
isn't that nice? Because really, that's how
Exactly.
the best things happen.
The best setting. I mean, like we were like, okay, he works in IT, and that's another guy who works in IT. He works in IT distribution, business, leasing, and everything. I work in education. So we were like, what we are going to do together? So we found the surface protection market.
Yeah, absolutely
Like,
nothing
what?
to do with anything.
Yeah.
But I'm sure you'll be successful. You can buy it online, right? So this is something you can get online?
Basically, we're just preparing the launch in Spain. So I'm like, we have our websites open, so the contact information is there, but we are just preparing the marketing material for which I need you.
Don't you worry.
help.
You can count on me.
I know,
It will
I
be
know.
my absolute pleasure. I have to say that it's you never know who you're going to meet. And that day at the Costa Press Club dinner, I wasn't going to go. I met you. I met my new Vicky Anderson, who's helping me out. So I have to say, sometimes you just have to go outside your comfort zone, just follow your gut instinct and see where it takes you. I'm glad it's brought you to Marbella now.
Thank you.
Real pleasure to meet you, Philip. And really nice to have you guys along. It's so good to be back. We're going to a quick break, but don't go away because there will be more after this.
Sometimes it's nice to just get lost in the moment without a care in the world.
However, if something does come up and you find you're actually lost, it's also nice to know that you can call Linear Director to come and find you. Call Linear Director on 952 14 78 34 to see how they can better your life too.
Zero Hero, welcome here at the Gaucho de Banús.
Welcome to Lemongrass, Doña Lola. Thank you very much.
Zero Hero, welcome to Portofino, Cabo Pino.
Hi guys, Kazatua is proud to welcome the Zero Heroes. So come on in and enjoy free soft drinks for anyone who is the designated driver. Thank you, Nicole.
Anyone who's anyone will know the face of my next guest. Elendel Diez of Rio Padron Recording Studios, no less. Elendel, I am so happy and grateful that you're still alive and to see you. Oh my gosh. And thank you for he's wearing his mask to promote the program. Yay. Take it off, sweet Pete. I want to see you. You must be desperate to breathe under there. Na, na, na. A little bit of air.
Thank you very much for you both present, for the mask
You're so very welcome.
and for the cup.
Yeah, I have my smile every morning.
Thank
or
you
at
very
the
much.
studio.
Here is Nicole and
And darling.
mi Marbella.
Yeah, and our
Wow,
arches.
thank you. Wow.
Well,
Cheers.
cheers.
For whiskey.
And I'm so happy because Elendel has actually, and your wife, been really, really poorly with COVID for a long time. When people say, oh, I don't know anyone who's got it, and here we have, thank heavens, living proof.
Yeah.
I mean, do you know how you got it? What happened?
Well, it was a present. Yes.
Nice present.
Literally, because in my birthday party night, finally after the supper, I have a friend come to say congratulations, happy birthday, and it was my neighbor, 30 years old, is triatleta, and after today he called me and say I have COVID, and after 4 days I have the COVID, and after 6 days I have fever very high. I lost all the feeling,
sense of smell,
all the smell, and I started stopping breathing. So I falling down on the floor. So quick to the hospital, and after 48 hours, I escaped from the hospital. Thanks good, with my injections, with all the antibiotics, everything. I go back home for the rest of the 7 weeks. So I was
7 weeks
with pneumonia. I have pneumonia because it is the ill that give us the COVID. It's very bad because everything starts with pneumonia. You stop breathing. How you can everything that you need a force to do something? You have no air. You have no oxygen in the.
Must have been terrifying.
It was terrible. Yeah.
Especially hearing everything and knowing how easy it is for it to go bad. Yeah. So I am, as I said, so grateful that you're sitting here, because I always start a season
you talk with me. You send me so much lovely WhatsApp, and I recover as well as I have my alta a week ago, and now I'm feeling better. It's getting again back my kilos to my to my body, and I'm feeling much better, and I think everything will be normally. But I recommend to everybody to have a mask on the public places, because you don't know, like I have, you don't know who has the COVID. Still we have a risk in our lives, and please save and use mask, please, on the public places.
Wise advice, wise advice. Very grateful to know that you had your sons taking care at least of the business side, because otherwise that could have been devastating until, what, a year ago too? Everything was just you. So having the boys back must have been at least one thing less to worry about. No, because Manuel and everything taking over with the studio, a lot of changes going on with the studio.
Yes, that's good. Something bad is coming, but have positive results. And this is something like I have to appreciate, and I have to say thank you for my circles and for my family and the circles of friends who helped me all this period. From a year ago, we start after the lockdown. We start with a project in Rio Padrón with the streaming concerts, and start building the rooms for the rehearsal rooms for the bands. And at least we are in a program that every day we have a band now. We just finished the last one room in the Remember a Friend Who Died a year ago. Sala Alistair is ready to have any type of bands, and at least we have four rooms. Sala Lennon, which is the concert room.
That's the big main stage with the whole
big one. Yes, all the support for a concert.
And for recording live concerts with the best
recording,
quality.
A live recording, and that's with incredible result. Even we record the streaming concerts. Daniel Casares, Krumi, Art Club Band, La Contraseña, bands that there is the result. Concerts for 1 hour, one take sound, one take of sound and video in one show. So 1 hour show, and we're going to continue. We have really good news about it, because the bands all around the Costa del Sol will be very happy, because we're going to continue doing the streaming concert, and we set up our concerts in a web page in arrangement with Echo Mountain Studios in North Carolina, in the United States, in a website that we will announce quite soon. Because we are
on Marbella Now.
Yes, in Marbella Now.
Exactly.
Marbella Now. At this real moment, we are so busy with the rehearsal with the bands and with the recordings, all type of the recording that you know. And the program is to make 2 rooms more in the next year.
It's amazing what you're creating in a space that from the outside you wouldn't know that there's anything behind the door. It's in the industrial estate in Estepona, in Rio Padrón.
In Rio Padrón is the place exactly, is Centro Comercial Antonio Bernal. We are just from the coastal line, from the beach, we are 200 meters.
It's opposite Laguna Village, basically.
Yeah, the old Laguna Village that we know a year ago disappeared, and we stay,
You were lucky then, because your place could have gone up. You were right next door to that fire.
We was more than 24 hours there with the fire. We saw how they was burning the Laguna Village, and we was crying because it was so fast. It was like this, windy. One fire in one of the roofs, and everything is gone.
Through my kids, I was watching these live feeds of the people who were working there, the youngsters, who were trying to put it out as opposed to running for their lives. It was, I think, a traumatic thing for any one of us who live here. You've been here, you know Marbella, like very few people are privileged. I started coming in 65, but back in those days, I think your family owned the whole of Marbella. I mean, your whole family is very asentado, very established in Spain. You have an appreciation.
I have one grand uncle, or
great uncle,
great uncle, who owns a big land between the river Guadalmina and the river in Puerto Banús, the Benabola. So it was one piece land. We are talking about the earliest times in the 80s, 18th century. But my family, yes, been involved with Marbella long time ago. We have a mayor in 1864, a mayor in Marbella, who was Felipe Díez Doñate, as well like my father, same name, but was a grandfather.
Must make you feel very, I think it's lovely to have such an established family. You're still so very much part of the community and very much in contact with our youth. And I just want to say that although you talk about the groups and the rehearsals, you also welcome individuals, got a lot of single talent who might want to cut a record, as they say, or record a music video, and you arrange all of that, the production, the sound control, the post-production, you can put the cameras together. I mean, you have a full team. Like, expand a bit on the actual services so that someone who's aspiring, not just here, but internationally, what place to come and record with your band than on the Costa del Sol?
Well, I started in 1981 with one recording studio in Estepona. It was Magic Sound. So from this time, it's 40 years at least. I am in the music show business. You know, you have to close the circle after going, renting, producing outside, and now with the Rio Padrón, I think we have now the trick of all this long period professional time that we spend doing everything all around with the bands. You know, I started in 1982 with a band that's called Elixir, and still you can find a video in 1983 with this band, and we was playing in Canal Sur, and we was like a progressive rock band. And now I have the Habituales that we're going to play on next Sunday in Louis. So everybody is invited.
Louis in Estepona. That seems like it's your home base, isn't it?
That's right. We play only 53 times in Louis.
Only 53 times.
Only 53.
But you, as a musician yourself, in the sense, when I first heard you play the piano, I mean, there were tears, kind of the feeling, the expression. You are so talented. You're also a piano tuner.
Yes, I am.
And yet you have eyes and you see. I mean, that's like a really, you have an ear that is gifted. So it's nice that you can actually make your living doing what you love so much. How did you get into music? Was it just from birth? You just felt it?
Well, I think because when we was young, we was kid, we have a big house with a big lawn. My man always made the biggest party in Marbella in the middle of the summer.
She's fun,
That
your mum.
it was, yeah, you know my
She's
mum.
still fun, your mum.
Yeah. and this was every 15th of August, because it's the, you know, is la fiesta de las vírgenes, la fiesta de la Virgen de la Paloma, all the virgins celebration. So this was the times that was celebrated. We have 3,500 square meter garden in the house, so we have enough space to put big parties. As well, this something happened because always we have. My dad, I remember, my mom always says at 10 o'clock in the evening, many days when we was kid, say bye-bye. We left us with uncle, with my grandmother, and go for a parties, always with the gold, very nice dresses, and run to the parties. This was the Marbella of the...
Viva Marbella.
Viva Marbella.
Viva Marbella.
Viva Marbella forever.
Marbella.
Forever
And
forever.
ever and ever. And Viva Elendel Diez Rio Padron Recording Studios. If you want to get your sound out there, you have to get down there, do some recordings with the best help you can get, in the best surroundings, with the best equipment. One of the best people in Marbella. Elendel, thank you so much.
Thank you
And
so much. I'm so grateful to invite us again. And I coming back anytime, and next time I will give you another news, greatest news for all of us.
Exactly. Watch this space. And now watch the space you're going to see after this, because we're going just to a few little messages from our Zero Hero partners, but we'll be back, so don't go away.
Alright guys, so I'm the designated driver tonight, so I'm going to choose the Zero Hero place. So all of my soft drinks are for free. And if you want to go somewhere else, just check out the Facebook, Instagram or the zerohero.es website for any of the bars, discotheques or restaurants on there. I'm happy to go anywhere you want to go, as long as it's Zero Hero.
Welcome to Sister Taperia. Perfecto.
McNulty's is proud to be a Zero Hero partner.
Judy and John are getting along famously. They have so much in common, which now includes both being too tipsy to drive home.
Oh, John, you can't drive home like that. Neither can I.
John looks worried, but not our Judy. She simply calls Linear Director for a free taxi and a tow truck to take her and her car home. Call Linear Director on 952 14 78 34 to see how they can better your life too.
Welcome back to you guys, and a big welcome back to Mac Chakave, the creator of the Marbella International Film Festival, celebrating the 16th edition. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, how are you?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Lovely to see you again.
Really nice to see you, and I can't believe, we just chat with Elendel Diez, and he was 7 weeks with COVID, and I just said to you when he came in, Mac, you look great, you've even lost maybe a bit of weight, and it turns out, same thing, 2 months, nearly on death's door.
Yep.
¿Qué pasó? What happened? Tell me your story.
Oh, well, I mean, you know, they sort of stopped the lockdown just before Christmas. And so I went out, and then Christmas Day, I wasn't feeling well. I did a test, it came positive, and I thought, oh, well, I better take 2 weeks off. New Year's Eve, I was sent to hospital, and next time I opened my eyes was March.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I used to weigh 120 kilos, and I looked at this chart above my head, and it said my name, and it said March, and it said weight 80 kilos, and I thought, this must be a mistake. It obviously isn't me.
2 months, just not even, it just gone.
2 months, I didn't know anything. My poor
Now
family.
that's a movie for the making.
I think the movie
Oh
in
my
the making
God.
is my family, because they really went through hell and back, because they were told every day that I'm not going to make it. And even now the doctors ring me up once a week at least to see how I'm doing, because they can't work it out how I made it. So
I mean, I can hear that
Yeah.
you got
yeah,
this
it's
laboured
still-
breathing.
I mean, what's happened
and-
is they cut through here to put this thing through, and it's not closed properly, so I'm going
But
to go
you're
back
here.
again. I'm here.
You're here.
It's a new life.
It is.
I've been given a new life.
You
so
have,
there you go.
and 16 years of the
I
festival.
know.
I mean, it really is chapeau. Some of the movies, I've been watching the trailers.
I
I'm
know.
getting to all the movies that I can. And,
Yeah.
you know, it's just been spectacular. What does it feel like for you, apart from that you're
Yeah,
alive,
I mean,
but seeing your
aside,
baby just
it
really
is-
going for it?
I mean, there's so many things happening, Nicole, because first of all, obviously, last year we thought, okay, this will only take a bit of time, as we all did. You know, February, we thought it'd be over by March and April, and it just went on and on. So we eventually, I mean, I was saying come October we can have the festival, but we couldn't, so we did the festival online. And we promised to do the awards this year, because it would have gone by this year, surely. August, we said, can we or can we not? And in August we said, oh, we just give it a go. And touch wood, it's worked. People have come in. I can't believe, with the restrictions on travel, how many people we've actually got coming in. You know, as far as Chile, lots of people from LA, are usual regulars from UK, fine, but so yes, it's great. And this year we've got 2 years worth of a festival to deal with. So it's
Very
twice
exciting.
as much.
And it's nice to see, in the sense, the creativity, but also people are ready. They're anxious. They want to be
They
out
want
there
to
again.
be out there again, absolutely. And I mean, what we did last year, which was quite amazing, and it was just one of those things, we did a little festival called Lockdown. And it was about people who were in a lockdown and they could make their little movies. It was just a bit of a play. My God, I mean, they are all online. I mean, some of the work which is coming, not from professionals, from people who've just been bored at home, and they've been creative, and that has really been wonderful. Of course, the other angle, which is again important, especially in your line of business, is that we're finding that more and more producers are coming here, and they're discovering Marbella, and more movies are being made in Marbella. And more, I mean, I was on the phone earlier before I came in from a producer in London saying, I've just received a script regarding a project in Marbella and I'm reading it. I thought, oh, that's good. How did you hear about that? But
I mean,
they
we
do.
really, I mean, we've spoken about this many a time,
Yeah.
and over the years,
Sure.
that Marbella deserves to be on the list with Cannes and all
Yes.
the other film
Yeah.
festivals. Marbella should be included.
It would be. It is. How can I put
What's
it?
the problem? Because it's enough years for them to take notice. We're an important city.
It's not about the city. It is, I suppose, it's partly to do about politics in the city. I don't believe so much in luck, but there again, I should believe in luck because I've been very
Here
lucky
you are. Here
to
you
be
are.
alive. But every time we seem to be getting close to a break, we seem to have something going wrong. When we started the festival, it was a great idea. Everybody was buying it. We had big sponsors. There were a lot of people after it. I was about to go and sign a big contract in the city hall. Except the day I was going to go down there, they covered the city hall and took them all inside, if you remember. And all of our potential sponsors went underground. So for years, nobody wanted to have their names mentioned, let alone being as sponsors.
Mm-hmm.
That day I was told, forget it, go home. But I'm too stubborn to do that, so I've stuck by it. And then, I mean, the real business in Marbella at the end is related to real estate. And when real estate time were good, they used to spend a fortune promoting themselves. And the project started based upon that. But of course, it has had its ups and downs. But I think we've proved that we're here to stay. We're not going anywhere.
No, and I think also you've done such an important job of promoting Marbella in your own way, in the sense it's been a fabulous contribution to the city. And I do feel that things just happen when the moment's right, that it will come. I've got a good feeling about it actually getting there.
A good
Don't
feeling.
give up, because
No,
I really do feel this, Maggot.
I don't give up. I remember I was talking to somebody I knew after I came out of COVID, and I said, you know, the doctors say that you didn't give up, and he said, if anybody isn't going to give up, it's you. I know you. You just go on and on. No, I got a feeling this year or 2022 is going to be a very successful year because of many things. Partly because people's attitude have changed. You know, people realize not everything is about money anymore. Doesn't matter how rich you are or how important you are, you're all in the same boat. So it's a different attitude, and I think different values come up. I think people most likely going to value their time better and want to enjoy themselves more. And obviously events and culture is high up on that list.
Well, I think it's wonderful that you support the entrepreneurs, the forward thinkers, because I think lockdown has brought many people out of that doldrum life that they were living and realizing that every moment counts, and actually you can maybe do what you love to do.
Because
where
you only
did
get
your
a
love
chance.
of the movies come from?
Oh my God. I mean, I go back, the whole family had been one way or another in it. And I remember as a child, I was in plays with sort of professionals. In college or school, I was running theatres and what have you. I don't know. It must be.
How come you're not in any of your movies? Because I'm
no,
sure
no,
you've
no,
got plenty
good God,
opportunity
no,
to be in a little cameo role.
No, I don't have the looks. Come on. It's your turn to say, of course you do.
You didn't give me a chance to breathe. You're well too quick in there, the old congratulations.
Yes, no. I mean, I'd much rather be the one who make it happen and organize it. And I believe to be an actor it's a hard job. It really is. People sit on the sidelines and say, oh, he's a celebrity, she's well known. It is a very difficult job. You got to have such a strong personality to have the ups and downs, to be able to take it. And then when it comes, if the role is detailed, you got to live with it, you know? So no, that's not for me. I'm much happier to be at the back and doing the wheeling and dealing and make it happen. I'm happier that way.
I'm sure that it can't be an easy task, though, when it comes to all the judging. Well, who are the judges? What kind of panels set up? Because that must be quite a process.
In old days, we had all the judges in London. So what we used to do was, bear in mind we'd just started, so speed on internet and all of that was not in. So we used to meet every week, and you know, it was about 10 or 12 of us. And then I would distribute these DVDs, and then they would go differently, so they would change, and then we would get the record. It was a difficult job, and of course it was only London-based. So slowly we developed this. Now it's so easy. We've got people all over the world. They get a link to the film. They watch it in their own time. They got to fill in a form that they send. They don't know what the other guy had said. It all comes in. Then we got a little panel who will go through all these reports, because obviously it comes in. Well, quite a few of them are sort of set aside. And then it becomes a very difficult decision, because we only have 4 days or 5 days. And we can only show so many movies. And let's face it, people come to Marbella and they fall in love with the place. It is a job to try and get them to go into the screening and watching movies. So we can only show...
That's why I like the trailers.
Yeah.
You get to see the whole gist of it, and then some of them's like, this one I want to see. And actually, it's surprising how many times I think that.
Yeah.
Simple movies, and you can see they're simply made, but that has a certain... je ne sais quoi. It's a certain attraction to the naivety of the production, the filming.
You see, I was saying that actually this morning, that independent film is not really made for making money. Sorry, all producers, sorry, all investors, but it is made through heart, because somebody somewhere had a script or had an idea, and it was his baby, it was his love. And nowadays, especially since Corona, when you've got projects like Netflix and Amazon, people are getting a chance to be able to see the things they wouldn't usually see. You know, there's only so many times you can watch the big movies or what have you. And then once they discover it, then they say, wow, you know, what was this? What was this all about? And it's the same. I mean, you know, you can watch the trailers on our website, and of course you can come to the cinema and watch the movie. And the good thing with it is the movie makers are there as well.
It is a very unique experience.
Yeah, it is. You can talk to them, you can see. And again, where we are different to Cannes, millions of miles away from Cannes, I wouldn't think of comparing ourselves with it, but Cannes can be very snobbish. If you are not famous, you're treated like dust. You don't get invited to anything, you can't get anywhere, you gotta hang out on the queues. And these are young independent filmmakers who are the future. These guys or these girls are the guys who are going to be doing the red carpet in years to come. When they come to Marbella, it's totally different. They all get treated the same because it's a smaller arrangement. We all have little gatherings and they all talk to each other. And what happens is they go back and do business together. And that's the beauty of it.
It is. Hashtag Better Together.
Absolutely.
Bringing them all on the red carpet of Marbella, the Marbella International Film Festival for the 16th edition. We're going to go to a quick break, and then I'm going to show you a couple of those trailers to get you encouraged to then go to the website. Mac, thank you so much. I'm sorry to see that you lost weight for being poorly.
I am happy that I've lost weight.
But you're looking good. You're looking good.
Thank you, darling. Lovely seeing you.
Don't go away.
Everyone that comes and wants to join our Zero Hero Association, they will have free non-alcoholic drinks at our venue at any time.
So here we are at Everest. Very cold.
Yeah.
Stickers going up.
Hiya, my name is Govinda. I'm from Everest. Welcome to Zero Hero, to Everest Fusion, to enjoy your cocktails, drinks, and happy hour as well. And food, of course, is delicious. Thank you.
Hey, what are you doing out here, kid? Where's your mother?
I don't have a mother.
Or where's your father at?
He's up the hill.
Well, you should get home to your father. You should be out here alone.
I always do what my father says.
They say you're the best Interpol agent for the job, especially with your occult background. There have been 2 murders in 5 weeks, similar hocus pocus signs on the crime scene. We've got some crazy Spanish lady at the Wexford Psych unit saying she did the crimes. Impossible. She's been locked up for 2 months in the loony bin.
Asian gender? Fellow American? What the hell are you doing in this haunted Irish nun house? That's a real nice concert.
Not really, they play the same thing every Friday. They're twins.
But they're too young to be. What the hell did they do?
They baked their mother.
Jenny has at least 8 personalities.
And him away! Will you never learn? Helicopter King. I saw that little boy. I saw his hair was blonde from behind, but I couldn't see his face. They're gonna die, these people, Father. They're gonna die! The prince of the power of the earth!
Stay with me, Sonny. Stay in hell.
I've seen more than a pack of bikers, man. I'm the wrong guy for this.
We have to get rid of this devil. You have to do this, Pietra.
Her cortex is her issues. This poor woman needs rest.
I saw a tattoo underneath your right sleeve. I'd like to see it again.
God's soldier. His hammer.
I'm no soldier! I'm a murderer! You will be avenged. You will be. You killed our high priest!
I will call my father. Go now, I'm recording you.
Who are you?
Look towards the heavens.
Ancient Pietro? My wrists are on fire! Stigmata. Shoot him! Shoot the bastard!
But sir,
Shoot him!
Blessed be, you're chosen to be the mother of darkness.
No, I want Logan. What is Logan?
Logan got
Logan, he's the only one who didn't kiss me. No! No!
Father has instructed me to unlock your door like I did Peter's in the old times.
We have to save Jeannie. We have to get her out of here. You have to help me.
That is not Father's instructions. The mystery will be revealed, but you are to run through the door and go right and leave now. Do not stop and do not get Jeannie out. It is not the plan.
Run! They're gonna kill you! Run!
Mom, Pietro's doing a run.
Sonny, don't look back! Vengeance is mine, saith the Lord.
Watch out for the truck!
Do you think this is actually witchcraft? I mean, I know that you've been brought here to find out, but Agent Pietro, Satanic Panic went away in the 90s.
Oh, yeah? Well, it's back.
Well, that's it for today. Thank you so much for joining me. I've had a great time, really nice catching up with everyone back here at RTV Marbella Studios and my first guest of this season. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you will like, share and follow on the social media because that is the idea. Hashtag Better Together. Promoting everybody who lives here, the residents, us who are behind the scenes and make it all tick. Because if we are successful and we help each other be successful, Marbella will be successful and, well, and so it goes. I really hope you will join us again next week. If you have something to share with our community, please do drop me a line. And in the meanwhile, take care of yourselves, be nice to each other, and I'll see you again next time. Hasta luego!
So much trouble.